I'm not sure how many of you viewers out there construct your own tier 1.5 decks and ask yourself, why can't my deck fare consistently well against Butcher Shop and Astrobiotics, which are saturating the meta right now? If only there was a deck that could do just that. Well, my friend, I have a friend, he's called James Bennett. You might know him as Frost Duty, or more famously, the creator of the Government Takeover deck. He showed this to me and I'm pretty impressed by it. It's basically a brute force shaper deck that just delivers raw power on economy, on card draw, so much burst, and you just burst in with all the multi-access to win the game before the corp even knows what hit them. So that's the basic premise of the deck. It's basically prepaid K on steroids. You still retain the prepaid voice pads, but now you add in twice as many draw cards with 3 quality times, 2 iPad worse, 3 diesels. 9 money cards is not enough, so you go in with 2 Modets and a Stim Hack as well for good measure, and you make all of them doubly efficient by throwing in Comet as well. After that, you chain the legworks into Maker's Eyes, and hopefully you win the game before you even need to levy your entire deck. So let's see how it goes. Interestingly enough, I do have Frost Duty on the other side playing as Butcher Shop, and I'm giving this a whirl. We'll see how this goes. I'm forced to click for a credit because I don't have enough money to play Dirty Laundry. My last click is Diesel into Dirty Laundry. So this is a very good setup turn. I'm able to install Comet first turn and use it immediately with Diesel into Dirty Laundry. And this probably shows that Kate is probably a better ID for this, because I wouldn't have needed to click for a credit if I was using Kate. I would install Comet for 3, being able to play Dirty Laundry at 2 credits. So something to keep in mind. Next turn, first click is Sure Gamble into Quality Time, which is fantastic, drawing me into lots of cards, most notably Prepaid Voice Pad and Sure Gamble. Once again, here I wish I was Kate instead, because I will be able to install Prepaid and play the Gamble off my hand. Instead, now I'm forced to go another route. I need to... Oh no, wait, no, sorry. Yes, I'm able to still play Prepaid and play Show Gamble because I get a discount on Show Gamble. But in any case, I cannot contest the remote. If he has an Astro Script on the table, I can't do anything because he's on 13 credits. He can threaten mid-seasons, and you don't want to get butchered this early on. You want to set up your economy engine first, and then just steamroll them once you get to mid-game. So he plays Sweet Sweet and goes up to 17 credits, which is definitely not what I want to see, but, well, there's not much I can do about that. I spend my first 2 click drawing and I see a Lucky Find. Now, playing the Lucky Find is pretty obvious. The question is, what do I chain with Lucky Find? Maker's Eye is not good, Legwork's not good, I have no breakers. So instead of playing the Lucky Find, I get my breakers out, and I intend to play the Lucky Find next turn. This does cost me a tempo hit, although I'm not too concerned about that yet, although that definitely will invite him to play an Astro Script Maker on the table, which I think he's about to do right now. And that's not something I can contest. My only hope is that I can contest his centrals once I have enough money, and just win by multi-access on centrals, and ignoring his remotes instead. So he installs a new card. If it's an Astro Script, once again I have to concede that. Instead, what I'm going to do right now is draw, and I see a Dirty Laundry, so that's perfect. I don't have to play my Maker's Eye or Indexing blind, because I haven't found my Barrier Breaker yet, and you can be pretty sure he's running wraparounds. I don't want to waste my multi-access card on a wraparound. Keeping in mind that I need 2 clicks to play Lucky Find, I go for Dirty Laundry into the Lucky Find. Again, I cannot afford to Dirty Laundry his remote because mid-seasons. I'm on 17, he's on 22, that's not good. Now, I know in the past I've preached that I don't like Prepaid Voice Pad and Comet because they anti-synergize. You are playing 2 events like Dirty Laundry to Lucky Find. Your second event, you have to pay the full price because your first event took up the Prepaid Voice Pack credits already, and I still maintain that stand. However, this deck has a lot of zero-cost events such as Modded, Diesel, Stim Hack. So I think that downside is somewhat negated. I finally find my Snowball, so on my last click, I'm able to play one of my multi-access events. I play the Maker's Eye because I'm full of Maker's Eyes and Indexings in my hand, and unfortunately I hit the Gutenberg. Uh-oh, things could get real dicey here. If he has Double Scotch in hand, I lose immediately. So that was a very risky run, but I had to do it, and it paid off. I found Astro into Breaking News, and I'm actually not too poor compared to him because he decided to rest a Sen to score his first Astro. So mid-seasons is going to be a bit tricky for him. He can unload all his credits to tag me, to give me a couple of tags, but that's probably not worth it. So he went for the agenda point win instead. He's going to rush me on agenda point. So this game's not going to last more than a couple more turns. He scores his build. We are on 3 to 4. I draw into the same old thing. So now there are lots of choices. What do I use the same old thing for? Money or multi-access? I go for multi-access. I go for money because I can use Comet to bounce a multi-access. In this case, Maker's Eye. Once again, I want to lock down his R&D, make sure he doesn't see any more agendas. I know that he drew one card and I saw the other two cards which were agendas. I see 3 new cards on this turn. None of them hit. But I do note that the bottommost card is a Scorched Earth. That's a problem. On the same note, I am doubly tagged right now, so that is a mistake. If he has Traffic Accident into Scorch in his hand, I would be dead. But I don't have any time to clear tags right now because he's on 6 points. So now this is definitely my final turn. I'm going Hail Mary with everything. First, I run his Jackson to force it out so that firstly, it will reshuffle all the top cards of R&D, and secondly, it enables me to index him. So hopefully I see 4 points of agendas. I don't. I only see 2 points in the Astro script. I'm going to steal that. And I order the other 4 cards. The most important is Traffic Accident, which goes to the bottom of the deck. I don't want him to see that. I can bounce with Comet, and I choose to chain into Legwork. So after the indexing, I immediately Legwork him. I see the wrap around, and this is why I need the Snowball. I find the TGTBT going up to 4 points. Not enough to win, even if I steal the Astro script on top of R&D. So I go ahead to steal the Astro script on R&D, and with my last click, I know that I would die to a single Scorched Earth, so I would play the Levy. But at the end of the game, he told me, of the 6 cards in his hand, there was 1 TGTBT, 1 Breaking News, and 1 NAPD. Any of those agendas would win him the game, and sure enough, he wins on the next turn. If I had hit 2 of those agendas, or if I hit the NAPD, I would have won instead. So it was a very close outcome, 6 to 7 in my opponent's favor. The fact that I managed to get so close to winning with this deck is pretty amazing. Don't forget, this is, I think, my first time playing with this deck, and I made quite a major error in the sense that I did not play my Legwork at first opportunity. I held it until there was a good time to combo it with the Maker's Eye, but that was 2 turns too late. In the meantime, he chained out a build and another build, I think. I should have been able to steal the builds from his hand. Don't forget, he played so many anonymous tips. He had to be flooded with agendas. Instead, I went for R&D lock, which didn't yield too much, and that was my undoing. You have to keep in mind that multi-access is incredibly strong, whether it's the world is yours or near Hub. Being able to multi-access both HQ and R&D proves to be a very strong point in the favor of this deck that makes it so powerful against an archetype like Butcher Shop that confounds most other runners. I've Had Words is a very unexpected card. Even though it costs 2 influence a pop and I'm running 2 of them, I think it's totally worth it. Firstly, you don't have to run plus feet, and more importantly, it's still useful even in the matchups where you don't expect damage. And above all of that, is unexpected. So even if he had the Q combo in hand, if he had a Traffic Accident and Scorched Earth, I still had, well, okay, I wouldn't have survived because I did not draw into I've Had Worse this game, but it's still useful when you do draw it. And I guess that's 1 point in favor of me. I got lucky because he didn't find his kill combo. All he found were agendas. If he had found his kill combo, I would have lost the game much earlier. Hayley is not the best ID for this, but since it's playing Shaper, there's no better Shaper ID to use. Kate comes close. Kate could in fact be better than Hayley for the simple reason that you can actually play prepaid voice pad into Show Gamble first turn. And you suffer less of tempo loss from installing Comet. Whereas with Hayley, installing Comet means on your first turn means you cannot play even Dirty Laundry to bounce your credits back up. Chaos Theory is another good idea that will give you 1 more memory. However, you don't really need the benefit of 40 cards. It doesn't. The worst thing about Chaos Theory is that it doesn't actually speed your setup time. Kate and Hayley do, and that is very important. It's subtle but very important. That's why I don't like Chaos Theory, even though the 40 card deck is quite an alluring factor, and all the other Shaper IDs are just bad. So yes, I think this is a deck with very good potential. It could be boring to play because it is just brute force. You get lots of money, you get access lots of cards, you win. But it is effective. and it's one of the few decks that can actually keep up with Butcher Shop, which I'm pretty impressed by. Thanks for watching. Happy net running. See you around.